Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. So I am back live once again from my page Manju's English Solutions after a 1 week gap, and each Friday at 8:30 p.m. I conduct this live session from my page Manju's English Solutions, and I try to give solutions regarding the problems related with linguistics, ELT, English language and English grammar. So today I am going to conduct this live session on a particular topic of sociolinguistics, that is code mixing and code switching. It is a very important topic of sociolinguistics. So the students of ELT and linguistics are welcome to join my live session. If you are interested, you can join my live session, and I welcome you to join as early as possible. So let us begin our discussion. Code mixing and code switching. What is code mixing? Let me begin my discussion with code mixing at the very outset. First of all, I would like to explain what code mixing is all about. Actually, code mixing is the mixing of words of one language with another language. I repeat, the mixing of one word from one language with the word of another language is known as code mixing. So how is it done? Code mixing actually is of three types. There are three types of code mixing. Number one is intra-sentential code mixing. Number two, intra-lexical code mixing. And number three, last but not the least, number three, involving a change of pronunciation. So these are the three types of code mixing that are available. First of all, let us talk about the first type of code mixing, that is intra-sentential code mixing. What is intrasentential code mixing? Intrasentential code mixing is actually concerned with the mixing of word from one language inside the sentence from another language. I repeat, intrasentential code mixing is that type of code mixing where inside the sentence from one language, a word from another language will be inserted or mixed. That means in the middle of one sentence from one language, a word from another language will be mixed or inserted or used. So how it is done? Let me give you an example. Amake eyes dao. Amake eyes dao. Here you see, inside the Bangla sentence, I have used a foreign word, an English word, that is eyes. Amake eyes dao. Amar mathay khub pain hocche. Amar mathay khub pain hocche. This is also another type of code mixing, example of code mixing. So as you see that inside the Bangla sentence, I have used an English word. So inside the sentence from one language, a word of another language will be inserted or used in case of intra-sentential code mixing. So this is what intra-sentential code mixing is all about. I hope you understand. Now let us talk about the second type of code mixing, that is intralexical code mixing. This is another type of code mixing where a part of one word from one language will be mixed with the part of word from another language. That means one part of one word from one language will be mixed with the part of word from another language. Have I been able to clarify it? Okay, I repeat. one part of word from one language will be mixed with another part of another word from another language. I think you have got nothing. Okay, let me give you an example. Fakibajes. Fakibajes. There are a lot of fakibajes in the class. Fakibajes. Here you see one part, the word fakibaj. This word has actually been taken from Bangla language, and es, the suffix es has been taken from English language. So one part of word from one language has been mixed with the part of word from another language. So fakibajes. Banglish. Banglish is another example of intralexical code mixing. Banglish here, Bangla, we know the word Bangla. So Bangla is the part of the word Bangla, and then lish is the part of the English word lish, the last part of English word lish. So one part from one word of one language is mixed with the part of word from another language. Banglish. So Banglish, fakibajes, these are the examples of intralexical code mixing. I hope you understand. Now I think you have been able to understand what intralexical code mixing is all about. Now let us talk about the last type of code mixing, that is involving a change of pronunciation. This is another type of code mixing where a phoneme or sound segment of one language is mixed with the phoneme or sound segment of another language. That means here the sound segments will be mixed. A sound segment or phoneme of one language will be mixed with the sound segment of or phoneme of another language. How is it done? Well, let us talk about the examples. If I give you the examples, I hope you will be able to comprehend what involving a change of pronunciation is. Trouble. The Arabians, they cannot pronounce trouble because there is no ta sound in Arabic language. Instead, they have ta sound. So they cannot pronounce trouble. They pronounce trouble. Here you see the phoneme of Arabic language or sound segment of Arabic language, tra, is mixed with the phoneme or sound segment of English language, bol, trouble. So this is how involving a change of pronunciation is done. That means the phoneme or sound segment of one language is mixed with the phoneme or sound segment of another language. Trouble. Here, the phoneme of Arabic language is mixed with the phoneme of English language. That means the sound segment of Arabic language, tra, is mixed with the sound segment of English language, bol, trouble. I hope you understand. And now let us talk about code switching. What is code switching? Code switching is actually very important to know. In case of social linguistics, the term code switching is deliberately used, and you have to know what code switching is all about if you are a student of ELT and linguistics. So code switching actually is concerned with the switching of sentences from one language to another language. That means here we see the shifting or switching of sentences from one language to another language. This is what code switching is all about, but code switching is also of three types. The types are different from each other. So let us talk about the different types of code switching. Number one is intrasentential code switching. Number two, intersentential code switching. Last but not the least, extrasentential code switching or tag switching. I repeat, number one, there are three types of code switching. Number one is intrasentential code switching. Number 2, intersentential code switching. And last but not the least, extrasentential code switching or tag switching. So these are the 3 types of code switching that we see. Now let us talk about the first type of code switching, that is intrasentential code switching. Here in this type of code switching, I mean in case of intrasentential code switching, a sentence from one language will be mixed in the middle of sentences of another language. I repeat, in the middle of one sentence from one language, a sentence or clause from another language will be mixed or will be inserted. How it is done? Well, I am giving you the example, but before I give you the example, I repeat the definition once again because it is very important to know. In the middle of the sentence of one language, a sentence or clause from another language will be used. This is known as intra-sentential code switching. That means here the switching will take place in the middle of sentence of one language. Am I clear? The switching will take place in the middle of a sentence. That means in the middle of the sentence of one language, a sentence from another language will be inserted. Suppose I give you an example. আমি জানি he is a very good boy, কিন্তু আমি তাকে সাহায্য করব না। আমি জানি he is a very good boy, কিন্তু আমি তাকে সাহায্য করব না। So in this sentence, what we see here, in the middle of in the middle of the Bangla sentence, we have used English sentence. I repeat, in the middle of Bangla sentence, we have inserted an English sentence. আমি জানি he is a very good boy, কিন্তু আমি তাকে সাহায্য করব না। So in the middle of Bangla sentence, I have used English sentence. So this is known as intra-sentential code switching. Here, in the middle of the sentence from one language, a sentence from another language will be inserted. I hope now you understand what intrasentential code switching is all about. Now let us talk about the second type of code switching, that is intersentential code switching. This is inter. The first one was intra. The second one is intersentential code switching. So what is intersentential code switching actually? Well, actually intersentential code switching is that type of code switching where at the end of the sentence from one language, a sentence from another language will be used. That means the switching will take place at the end of the sentence, at the sentence boundaries, or at the end of the sentence, the switching will take place. That means at the end of the sentence of one language, a sentence of another language will be used. So in this type of code switching, the switching actually takes place at the end of the sentence or at the sentence boundaries. I'm giving you an example. যদি তুমি আমাকে সাহায্য না করো, I will not talk to you. যদি তুমি আমাকে সাহায্য না করো, I will not talk to you. Here you see, at the end of Bangla sentence, I have used English sentence. That means the switching actually took place at the end of the sentence or at the sentence boundary. Let me give you another example. তুমি যদি আসো, then I'll go. তুমি যদি আসো, then I'll go. তুমি যদি আসো, then I'll go. Here you see, at the end of Bangla sentence, I have used English sentence. So the switching actually took place at the end of the sentence or at the sentence boundary. So this is known as sentential code switching. I hope now you understand. Now let us talk about the last type of code switching, that is extra sentential code switching or tag switching. So this is very important to know because many of the students or learners actually get confused about the third type or the last type of code switching. This is very difficult to understand, but I am trying to make you understand in a very easy way. Well, in this type of code switching, that means tag switching or extra sentential code switching, a phrase or clause of one language will be actually inserted inside the sentence of one language. I repeat, a sentence inside the sentence of one language, a phrase or clause from another language will be inserted. This is quite similar to the intra-sentential code mixing, but you have to be very careful about the differences between them. I repeat, inside the sentence of one language, a phrase or clause from another language will be inserted. I said clause, not word, but in case of code intra-sentential code mixing, there was word. A word was inserted in the middle of the sentence of one language. In the middle of the sentence of one language, a word from another language was inserted. But here, inside the sentence of one language, a phrase or clause, not word, a phrase or clause from another language will be inserted. So this is known as tag switching or extra sentential code switching. Let me give you an example. I said, no mas TV show tonight. I said, no mas TV show tonight. Here, no mas actually is a Spanish phrase meaning no more, no mas. The the Spanish phrase of the English word no more is no mas. The Latin phrase of the English phrase no more is no mas. Am I clear? So no mas is the Spanish of no more. I repeat, no mas is the Spanish of no more, not Latin, Spanish. So now I think you understand what tag switching is all about. Here, inside the sentence of one language, a phrase or clause from another language will be inserted. So I said, no mas TV show tonight. Here, inside English sentence, I have used a Spanish phrase, no mas. I said, no mas TV show tonight. No mas meaning no more. It is actually a Spanish phrase, no mas. That means no more in English. So inside the English sentence, I have inserted a Spanish phrase, no mas. I said, no mas TV show tonight. So this is actually the example of tag switching or extra sentential code switching. Now I think you understand all the types of code mixing and code switching quite clearly. So if you have got any question regarding this topic, you can write on the comment section. And not only about this topic, if you have got any queries about linguistics, ELT, English language and English grammar, you can contact me by commenting on the comment sections of my live sessions, or even you can text me through the inbox of my page Manju's English Solutions. I will try to respond as early as possible. And that's all for tonight. And I am going to tell you another thing, that is all the video records of my live sessions are available on YouTube as well. I have opened an YouTube channel with the same title named Manju's English Solutions. So you can visit that YouTube channel as well, and there you will find all the recorded videos of my Facebook live sessions on different topics of social linguistics, ELT, English grammar and English language. So you can visit my YouTube channel as well. Do not forget to like, comment and share and subscribe. I'll be very happy if you do that, and help the page grow by commenting and liking, and invite your friends to join my live sessions as well. Thereby help my page grow as much as you can. So thank you very much for joining my live session tonight. Those who have joined, thanks to them. And I will come back again on next Friday with another topic. Till then, it's goodbye and good night. Take care of yourself. Thank you.